Hello and welcome, my dear friends. Today we're going to begin our goal setting training. It will be several videos in which I will explain to you how to set your goals correctly for your personal development, for optimizing your life quality, for making your work-life balance, and whatever you want, basically. So, today we're going to talk about the first steps and begin our goal setting process. Imagine that you are traveling through life as if it was some country travel, like a hiking adventure. So, how do you move around and how do you know where to go and where you want to end up? First of all, we need to have accurate map of reality, because if our map is outdated, distorted, not correct, then we can get lost or get in danger and so on. In order to have correct map of reality, we need to have clear perception of reality, and for this we need to have basic cognitive skills. I have a separate training of it in a separate playlist, so please check it out. So basically, when we have basic cognitive skills and we can see reality without distortions, without own distorted, fractured interpretations, then we can clearly know what situation we are in, where we should be going, what works, what doesn't work. So this was our step number 2. And today we're going to talk about this was our step number 1, and today we're going to talk about step number 2. Step number 2 is, secondly, we need to see where exactly we are on this map. There are different techniques and exercises like to define what is our current position, because unfortunately sometimes we can dream of big goals, but if we do not consider where we are at this particular moment, we might try to change our life, for example, too quickly. We might try to jump some distance that is impossible. So it's very important to know where you are on the map in order to move towards your goal. And this is our second step. Third step is we need to know exactly where we need to go on this map. And this is basically our goal position. And fourth step, we need to know how to get there, which route to take. Okay, so after going through this goal setting training, you will learn how to move through these stages and finally achieve your goals. Okay, so today we're going to begin with the basics and exactly with knowing where we are on this map. And first of all, I suggest you to check yourself on basic needs and how they are met in your life. Why is it needed? Because if you have even like huge goals, big dreams, but if your basic needs are not met, if you don't have enough resource, enough energy, enough space to progress, you cannot meet your goals, you cannot achieve them. So paying attention to basics first is very, very important. Moving towards your goal without the basic is like going hiking completely naked without any equipment and being in a very bad physical shape. You're gonna probably suffer a lot and maybe not achieve your goal at all. If you are if you are poor in those basic needs, your first goal should be fixing those and adapting your life to something that cannot be fixed. Okay, and only after that you can progress. It's like safety measures, basically. For some people, things I'm going to talk about can sound obvious and habitual since they maybe were used to them since childhood, but not all of us are lucky, not all of us learn to take care of ourselves properly in our families, in our childhood, and so on. So please make sure. Okay, what the basic includes. First of all, physical health. Sometimes the reason why we feel tired or depressed is just that we have iron deficiency. Reason for irritability can be hormonal imbalances or poor sleep or something else. So in order to go on our journey, we need to first sort out our physical health. Because if you're trying to achieve some big, huge goals, but your physical health is not in good state, you might just further damage it. It's kind of like if you have a broken leg, it's not time to jump on it. Okay, it's time to first heal it and only then go into jumping competition, let's say. So if you have any kind of discomforts, tiredness, negative moods, please first go see your doctor. Ask them to do basic tests. Maybe you have some silly little thing like, I don't know, gluten intolerance, and because of it, it messes up your health. Or you have, let's say, D vitamin deficiency or something else. So first of all, if you have any kind of emotional symptoms, go to your general doctor and ask them to do several tests to exclude any problems with physical health. In order to have good health, you need to have, first of all, good hygiene, good sleep, eat meals that are rich in nutrients because it directly influences your brain. Then drink water, exercise, and have fresh air. And this should be your top priority, really. Um, so if you have any negative symptoms, emotional symptoms, go to your doctor. Check if you are doing good hygiene, if you're sleeping enough, if you're eating and giving yourself nutrition that is necessary for your brain to function well. And if you also do some exercise. Some exercise, enough is like 3-4 times per week for 30 minutes, let's say, of some kind of exercise. This is like the basic minimum. Okay, number 2 is our mental health. Mental health is equally important. Like if you dream big but you are currently suffering from depression, from burnout, from some kind of anxiety disorder or something else, you might not be able to progress because you, for example, don't have enough energy and so on. So before taking up some big dreams, take care of your mental health. And instead of trying to kind of to be the hero and solving things on your own, remember that mental health issues are just like any other illness. It's just that your organ that is sick is your brain. Okay, so instead of trying to fix things on your own, go to a doctor, get therapy, get medication, and so on, instead of trying to kick yourself out of this state. And the sooner you can start treating your depression, for example, the better it is, the faster you recover, the sooner you can start realizing more ambitious goals. So this is also very important. Of course, one is not mutually exclusive to the other. You can be doing small steps towards your goals while taking care of your mental health. So, but still, it's an important point. Number 3 is safety and shelter. For some people, the real issue is not really getting out of comfort zone, but getting into comfort zone. Like, it's false idea that in order to develop, we need to be uncomfortable. Yes, we need some dosage of healthy, good stress in order to develop, but feeling safe, feeling calm, feeling relaxed is just as important. It can be compared with sports. Yes, in order to grow muscle, you need to exercise, but you also need to sleep. You also need to recover. You also need to eat well. You also need to feel safe and not stressed because stress is bad influence on your health, and so on and so on. So number 3 is safety and shelter. If you have financial really bad situation, or if you don't have place where to live, if you don't have enough to buy food, and like such basic needs, things, they should be a priority. And instead of trying to kick yourself out of comfort zone, remember that our mind works in such a way that first we need safety, and only after we have safety, only after we feel fine, we seek development. This can be easily seen in kids, like kids who have secure environment in their family, who feel safe, who feel comfortable. They can learn, study, explore, try new things, make new friends much easier than kids who have, for example, very abusive household. Unfortunately, not everyone has enough financial stability or supportive family, friends, and so on to be able to feel secure about their basic needs. And I hope not, but some of you might have like an abusive partner or suffer from poverty and so on. And these issues should be your first priority to solve, because achieving some big goals is not really possible if you are feeling threatened, if you're constantly stressed, if you don't have your basic needs covered. So please take care of them first. I made a small checklist for you to check your basic needs and how well you take care of them. So let's check yourself. Please note which points you do and which points you don't. First, physical health. Number one, sleep. Sleeping enough, deeply, without nightmares, without waking up at night or insomnia or waking up early in the morning. So this number one, good sleep. Number two, regular nutritious meals 2-3 times per day. So nutritious meals, okay, they need to have some kind of material for your brain, for your body. You cannot eat just, I don't know, bread all day long, because it doesn't have enough nutrition. So number two is a regular nutritious meals. Number three is drink enough water, 1 liters and more, 2 liters and so on, and depending on how much you exercise, how much you move, and so on and so on. Number four, exercise at least 30 to 40 minutes 3 times per week. This is very important. This is basically the amount of exercise that supports your neuroplasticity in your brain. And neuroplasticity is this quality of our brain that helps us learn new things and change. So in order to change, in order to achieve your goals, in order to develop, in order to make your life better, happier, and so on, you really, really need to exercise, even if it might be paradoxical. You don't have to exercise in one particular way. You can find the exercise that you like. Like if you don't like running, fine, go for long walks. If you don't like, let's say, gym, okay, try doing dances and so on. But 30-40 minutes 3-4 times per day, per week is the minimum for your brain health. Number five is proper hygiene, washing your hands, brushing teeth, showering, taking your medicine, and so on and so on. And number six is checking with doctor. If you have any hormone imbalances, if you have any kind of deficiencies like iron deficiency, magnesium deficiency, or any other, like problems. This was about physical health. Second part, mental health. First of all, are you emotionally more or less well and stable? If you have doubts, you can Google and find, like different quizzes and tests about depression, for example, or other conditions that can help you understand. Number two, in order to move forward some big goal, you need to have mental health. And if you have depression, anxiety, or any other disorder, this will need attention from you. Okay, so number two, you do not have any like major disorder like this. Number three, if you do have some mental health problems, you are taking medicine and learning to manage it in therapy. This is very important as well, because kind of relaxing and thinking it will pass on its own is a risky game. It might just get worse. And unfortunately, our mental health is very much interconnected with our physical health. And once kind of left alone, we can see our depression getting into physical illnesses and so on, and physical illnesses making our depression worse, and it's like a vicious circle. So please take care of your physical and mental health. This is literally the most important thing in your life. Nothing is more important. Everything else can be gained, but physical, mental health, those two things are really, really important. And number 3 is safety and shelter. First, you have or earn enough money for food and basic needs so you can feed yourself and survive. Number 2, you have a safe shelter to sleep in. Very important. If you are not having a proper home and you cannot properly sleep, this is very detrimental. Okay, number 3, you are near safe people. No high risk of physical or emotional violence. Again, if you are living in a situation or in a relationship that is abusive, that is constantly stressful, you cannot develop in those situations. They are like sucking out all of your energy, and instead of moving to some big, huge goals, first of all, you need to get out of toxic, stressful life circumstances if you are into them. I hope you're not. We're just checking. Number 4, you have some help and support from other people, contacts of those who will help, and or savings, like financial stability, more or less. Okay, so this about safety and shelter. If you have any of those points in physical health, mental health, safety and shelter not covered, please first pay attention to those. It can seem really boring, like, oh, I want to achieve so much, but instead I have to take care of eating breakfast every day. But it's really, really essential. And once you have those basics covered, you can move towards more ambitious goals, okay? Luckily, I think that if you have capacity to watch my video, hopefully you don't have many problems in these basic needs. Maybe you have like 1, 2, 3 points that you need to improve, so hopefully it won't take you so much. So your home task today is to analyze which points in your basic needs need to be improved, which are satisfactory, and start taking steps towards it. If it is some simple task to do, then you can already do it. If it demands a lot of time and effort, you can set this up as our first goal in this training and use it as your goal in the future videos, and little by little achieve it. I'm sorry I have to be this boring adult person, but really, eating properly comes first. It comes first before many other things. If all of your basic needs are set and you're feeling safe and your mental and physical health are more or less fine, and you have routines, habits, like you are used to eating, you are used to sleeping, you are used to having some exercise, this is a good stable base from which we can push ourselves and go forward. If some of those are not good for you, then set yourself a goal to change that, and we will talk about this goal in the future videos. If everything is okay, then think about what else you want to change in your life, what else you want to appear in your life, and we're also gonna take care of it in the future videos. So write your thoughts down, think about it, and in the next video we're gonna talk more about our goal setting and how to set such goals that you can achieve and that are realistic, and so that you know where you are, where you're going, and how exactly to get there. And you also can help me achieve my goal, which is spreading my videos among other people. So please like and share and comment. You can actually improve someone else's life. Many people suffer from problems which I cover in my videos, and they will have a lot of benefits from watching it. And I see you soon in the next week. Let me know in the comments, by the way, which points you found in your own life, what you want to improve, and so on. I will be very curious. And I see you next time. Bye bye.